God's Not Dead is one of my all-time favorite franchises when it comes to movie franchises. And with God's Not Dead 5 releasing or happening, yeah, God's Not Dead 5 is happening. I am rewatching all of the God's Not Dead movies, and starting with the first one, and I still say that this one is still a great start to this franchise, though. Welcome back, everybody, to the 1203BARRETT TV. If you need to see the last one, go and check it out. It is I, Joshua. And again, God's Not Dead, an absolute amazing movie. I can just say the plot is very simple, and you can understand it, though. The plot is very good, you can understand it, with this guy that is trying to tell his class and to the professor his professor that he is not a believer, the professor is, and trying to go against the whole thing about if God is dead or not dead. And again, it's a serious thing too. Like I said, it's definitely up there with Left Behind as well. And I really do love the actors in this movie. And believe it or not, y'all may be familiar with the professor, or the guy who plays the professor in this movie. Y'all may be familiar with him. And it is none other, I cannot pronounce the actor's name, but I knew he was familiar from a movie I did also recently watch. And that was, of course, Left Behind, Rise of the Antichrist. Yeah, he was the replacement of Nicolas Cage, because, Rise of the Antichrist was a sequel to the 2014 Left Behind movie, as I mentioned. And the professor, the guy who played the professor, is none other than Nicolas Cage's replacement in the Rise of the Antichrist. And of course, he is a Christian as well. And I can only imagine how he must have felt when he was playing the professor and when they were making this movie, though. Right? Him having to play a non-Christian character, though, and while the actor who is playing the actual character in the movie is a Christian, right? I just knew how hard it probably was for him to say all those things that he says in the movie, right? And of course, I can just see him just begging, just saying that, just how it was just in playing in the movie, right? He doesn't mean any of that for real. And of course, we have the end scene as well, where, the whole car scene, the whole car wreck scene, where, yeah, he ends up getting hit by a car, and, the pastor even says it himself that it was probably a gift from God, because that car could have instantly killed him, though, right? That car could have instantly killed him, and it didn't. And it pretty much giving the professor a second chance to change his fate before he dies. While he is dying, he then changes his fate. One of the most emotional good parts about this movie, the professor, we were acting as the antagonist, I guess you could say, trying was against, the whole thing, and now being saved right before he dies as well. And I just remember when I first watched this movie, I remember being jump scared when it came to that car that hit him, and while he flew in the air before hitting the ground, and that guy just stopped the car that hit him and then just drove off. Like, for real though, right? I mean, that shows what people are though. I'm guarantee you that's what people are in real life. People don't give a care in the world of what they did, and that car that hit the professor did the same. It stopped and then it just drove off. And the professor might, or has to be lucky that the pastor was there too, right? Luckily, the pastor, which I do love the guy who does the pastor. Like I said, I love all the actors in the God's Not Dead movies. But yeah, the professor needs to be lucky that the pastor was there, so he could so he can help the professor before he died. And again, there's a lot more emotional, sad parts too. Like the girl that has cancer and her so-called boyfriend doesn't care. That it's like, you know that C is dying, right? Or C has the chance that C might die, and her boyfriend breaks up with her for not giving a care, really. Doesn't seem like he even cares that his own girlfriend is dying of cancer. And also we have our main protagonist of this movie, that his girlfriend pretty much leaves him because he thinks, or he's doing what he feels is the right thing to do, of going against the whole, doing the whole thing against the professor in the class. And we see that girl, that her father pretty much slaps her in the face and pretty much drags her outside and locks her outside of their house. Like, there's a lot of serious moments, a lot of serious emotional hurt-like moments, though, when it comes to these. Like, they hit hard, though. For real, they really hit hard. That I can just say. But again, a good start to this franchise, though. And again, I'm still awaiting for when they release the trailer, like the official trailer for the fifth movie, because we know that it's coming, because they did say sometime last year that it was coming. I'm guessing it's going to be sometime this year. Yeah, I'm going to be rewatching the other three to get ready for the new one. Because I love this franchise. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know, guys. Explode. Get to the next one. Oh yeah, and of course, right quick, I don't know why I almost forgot, but we gotta, of course, mention the whole end bit as well, where, we have Newsboys. I mean, who doesn't love Newsboys, right? Who doesn't love Newsboys? Right? Who wouldn't love Newsboys? So, of course, obviously, I had to mention them. Yeah, hope you enjoy. Catch you next one.